defeated my mind and my body. But there's one thing I say and always need.
This world shall know pain.
His come and dance with me in hell, won't you?
What is up, peeps? It's time for another episode of Chibi No Podcast. You got me, David the Smash Fan.
Mister.
Boricua Senpai.
And Shark King.
And Shark King. We got the four greatest people here. No more Japorion here with his rap battle. Weird.
Where is he?
He had some prior, commitments.
Okay.
With a friend, so he knows our time, but he's
out with rest.
Yeah, he's out with
Re into the Japorion.
Yeah,
so he would say something like that.
J to the pole to the Orion. Yeah. Craziness. So guys, this is Chibi No Podcast. If this is your first time listening to us or watching us on the YouTubes, it's just a bunch of guys, friends talking about anime, movies, whatnot. It's always fun.
We got books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, plenty of books we've reviewed here.
Actually, what's actually I've been wanting to do is actually I do want to buy the Percy Jackson books. I'm like, you know what? I just want to read it because I saw someone do like a breakdown of like the second movie, like some parts of it, and he's like, "Oh, this sucks!" Like,
no, it's terrible.
And I was like, maybe really I should just read it.
It's really
Wait,
bad.
the movies, they had two of them, right?
Yeah, they only made it to the second one.
I only watched I don't recall watching the second one.
I mean, the first one was bad enough. We talked about it off screen. Just that there's like two redeeming qualities.
Yeah.
Of the movies. One is the last battle, like the water CGI looked
good for its age,
and
it's aged well. And Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah, I think yours turned off now. Your camera.
Oh.
Can you turn me up a little bit on 3?
Number 3. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
So anyway, I do want to read them. I thought I went to Target and I was like, I could probably find it there. Nope, nothing.
I think I actually have an extra set. You might not have to buy any if you just want.
Okay, I just want to read them.
They probably got like a big influx of sales after the.
Yeah, they
show.
actually right before the show was announced, they also announced like a collector's edition.
Oh, cool!
And I don't know how expensive that is now. And again, I mean, I know it wasn't on our list of things, but hey, look, that's what I'm wearing
Nice.
right now.
That was not worn in the movie.
That was not one in the movie. This was from the movie. But the the writer talked about recently how because he's also a professor, when he was telling people like when they were working on like their first books or their first drafts of stuff, he just mentioned how not to beat yourself up about it. He's like, just do the best that you can. He's like, you'll probably like no matter what happens, he's like down the line you'll always like be better, so you'll be like, oh, I should have done this or I should have done that instead. And he's like, that's the kind of mentality I'm going out with this first season. He's like, I'm still very proud of it. He's like, but I know that there's things that like didn't live up to even my own expectation, but like the fans. He's like, but I know that the second season will be
stronger.
Better.
That's good.
I do want to say I think like I mean not according because I don't know, but I felt like there was not enough fighting or action in the
I agree.
in the first season, and especially like with the fights that we did here, they just felt so.
I'm actually rereading the whole series right now. Oh no, it's fixed.
Oh no, fixing it. You're just going black and then
I don't know what's going on. Let me close out all the apps first, then reconnect.
okay.
Yeah, I'm rereading all the books, and like we're getting to the parts where it's just like full on battles. Like there'll be like full on battle scenes,
Okay.
like just armies pretty much against each other, stuff like that. Like it'll be fighting on a much larger scale.
Do we actually get to see? Well, actually, this probably is gonna.
I mean, what if you spoil? It's not really a spoiler. The book's already out, but go ahead.
Well, what's the? Oh my gosh, how could I forget the name? What's the name of Zeus's and Poseidon's parent?
Oh, Kronos.
Kronos. Do we actually get to see Kronos and fight?
Oh, you really want me to just answer that right now?
I mean, I'm
In God of War, so yeah.
Shut up. That's not the same continuity. I know they fight in that. Anyway, okay, fine. I'll just read the book.
Quit trying to be spoilerish like me. Jeez.
But I want to know.
Get your own thing.
These guys love spoilers.
At first, I was going to ask if Chiron's going to fight, but like, no, I'm not talking about Chiron.
He does.
Oh, he does fight?
Yeah, I'll spoil that for you. He does.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a trainer of heroes. Of course he fights. He knows what he knows what he's doing.
He's like I forget his name. Because what's his name on Hercules?
Yeah.
Phil? Yeah. Philodicius. Anyway, okay, so today might not be too long of an episode, but that's okay. I did want to talk about a few things that were dropped at the Super Bowl. So Super Bowl, didn't really care about the game.
How dare you?
I do.
Halfway through, towards the end, like third quarter was when it got interesting.
Yeah, they showed too much Taylor Swift. Showing her like 5. They're like, oh, she was only there 54 seconds. I'm like, yeah, 54 seconds that she shouldn't be shown anyway. So
Because she's dating the dude, that's why.
yeah, but anyway, they did show a lot of cool trailers. Some were good, some were. Something was weird because in all of the trailers that I remember them seeing there, they said, watch the full trailer online. I'm like, why? This is why I watch the Super Bowl. I don't watch the Super Bowl to get a teaser trailer. I watch it to get the actual trailer.
You know, there was no trailers that caught my eye really other than what was it? Just the first one? I guess the first big one that we'll get into.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't think there was anything memorable. Like, I don't recall seeing a beer commercial either. Like, anything. I don't recall anything like...
I remember one that was really... I thought it was really dumb. The one with everyone washing everyone's feet. And they're like, Jesus.
The Christian one?
I was like, it wasn't even a Christian. Or it was some... I don't know. It didn't make sense the way that they did. But that's a whole other... discussion with a whole other different type of podcast we ever did that. But that was the only one I remember. And I was like, this is weird. This made me feel uncomfortable. But not for the reasons you think. But anyway, we're going to talk about the first... one of the only big trailers that I saw.
There was plenty.
Okay, name more.
There was.
Yeah. So, aside from Usher, which...
It wasn't a trailer. That was part of the Super Bowl, you
I know.
freaking fool.
So we got Deadpool 3, okay? That's what we're going to talk
Deadpool
about.
and Wolverine.
Deadpool and Wolverine, the official title of it. And it was very interesting. I was very surprised at what the heck was going on because we had known about leaks about this, about Wolverine being in it, right? There's been leaks about it for like almost a year.
Well, it wasn't even a leak. It was... he had a trailer.
They let you know.
Letting you know that he was going to be in it.
Well, yeah, but I mean about the set pieces.
Oh, that's different. But we knew that they were going to be the duo.
Yeah, okay. We know it needed to be the deal. But anyway,
fake news here.
this is their first step into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I was actually kind of confused at a few parts because...
Why?
Well, I think me and you are the only ones that watched Loki season 2, all of it, right? Because I don't think Mr. watched all of it.
I haven't even watched the series at all. I've only seen maybe one entire episode.
Well, I know you guys don't care, and I know Boricua Senpai is not going to watch it. Basically, in the show, they try and keep the sacred timeline.
I know that part.
Okay, and basically, when they kill He Who Remains, all the branches go, and they just start expanding. Yeah, 1,000 different timelines. Second season is them trying to fix this loom so that it can hold all of the timelines, all the different timelines. Basically find out that the loom was a failsafe and that it would just prune all of the branches that weren't the sacred timeline and reset everything. Destroy the TVA, but the TVA can be rebuilt, but it would just keep the... That's what the loom was, this thing that holds all of the branches of time together. Loki basically says, okay, well, I'm going to fix this. So he basically takes the place of He Who Remains, and he keeps all of the different timelines together without having the TVA implode. So I forget his title.
Spoilers.
They don't care.
The Emperor
What's his title called?
What do you mean? What's his title?
Of Loki.
I don't think he has a
I
title.
thought there was a title in it.
I think it was like a fan title. I know people have said something like
But
that.
anyway, he has that TVA, and I don't know what the TVA does now. But anyway, in the trailer, the TVA comes after Wade, after he's celebrating his birthday, and it was pretty funny because people were like, "Well, some people died here that were in the shop," but he's like, he went back in time and fixed everything.
Did you not see the ending? Come on.
But then that makes sense why the TVA is there. But again, doesn't make sense because I don't know what the TVA does now, because they're not keeping. They're basically preparing for Kang. That's originally the idea, but I don't know what
you can manage timelines. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna incorporate it.
Yeah,
it could be a subsection of the TVA where they still do the timeline thing.
I don't know, but
it could be in between before Loki too.
That's also true. Which
they have all this room to play with because. So I mean, you're going off of what you have in order, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be in order for the movies.
Yeah, I understand.
To be fair, that is how they've been doing it lately.
Yeah,
Marvel go fuck off. I'm just kidding.
It's not like whatchamacallit, like the first earlier Marvel where you would get movies jumping in and out of order. Like we got Captain Marvel at the end when actually she should have been, timeline wise, she would have been at the beginning.
Second, Captain America. Then
True.
But anyway,
They had less
technically,
domestic violence back then. That was
yeah,
the
yeah,
issue.
yeah.
We were more.
She was still doing Scott Pilgrim at that time.
Yeah, that's
It
why
really
she
was.
wasn't in it.
I think she really was. Think
believe
about
it.
it.
But anyway, so they grab him, but they entrust him to
A
fix-
task. They
Yeah,
get entrusted with a task. We don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is, and so he gets a new suit. It's more bright red,
It's more, yeah.
and he starts going and he starts. I don't know exactly what his deal is, but he's going and doing something with the TVA. But at one point, he's obviously fighting against the TVA, which some speculation is that where you see him fighting, it's all wintry and it's there.
Oh, that's from Logan.
They think no. Some people say Logan. Some people say it's from Age of Ultron, from the beginning of Avengers, because some idea that they have is that Wade is trying to save Quicksilver because he knows he dies in Age of Ultron. So he's like, I'm going to save because he's a mutant.
Oh.
but
Why
that-
though? There's no point for like. Is he trying to save people
I
to
don't
bring
know.
them into
I
the
don't know.
continuity, or is it just because I could see it just being him liking to fuck things up, like because he's that kind of character.
Oh yeah,
And then he's a fourth wall breaker, so he'd be like, you know, it doesn't even matter what I do here because at the end of the day, Kevin's gonna correct it, and that's what he could do. They literally could do that at the end of the movie. I messed all this up, but guess what, Kevin?
he could
fixing
save him, but then put him in a new timeline, where he becomes Kraven.
No, don't do
it.
that.
Don't do that. You're rude.
You know what? I'd rather go with that. I'd rather go with that.
Wow. No coffee for you tomorrow.
You
today.
just said he does create havoc. Why wouldn't he do that?
because then he has to be associated with the SSU,
What?
the Sony.
Southern State University.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
what I
Utah
was-
college.
Oh, man, I mean, yeah. So they said it was like Sony something universe.
Yeah, but they didn't even have a real universe. They had Venom and then Madam Web, which we didn't even talk about because we don't gonna watch it.
Craven.
But that's it's all. They said it was gonna be connected to a universe or even the Venom universe.
How dare
and then
you
they
guys
said
not
no.
watch Madame Web, by the way.
Dude,
You guys are fake
nobody
fans.
watches man. The only thing was if you just watch the red carpet because she looked good in the red carpet.
Yeah.
Diego.
Because she was like fully nude,
Classic.
basically.
Does
That's
she
why.
have a red carpet?
Is she a redhead? Oh no, maybe.
Man, that's gross. Why would you say that?
We're going back to Red Deadpool.
You brought it
okay?
up. Okay, so
Referring to the
Deadpool and
event.
Wolverine. So something's happening where he's getting, in certain instances, you see he's getting attacked by the TVA. Then you see a glimpse of Pyro. I don't remember who Pyro is though.
Pyro's from X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
bringing him back from it's the original actor as well. He's bringing him back.
He was good, but now he's bad in X2. He changes in
He's
X2.
always
and
had
X3.
moral issues.
Yeah. Didn't he die though in X3?
No, he got knocked out by Iceman.
Oh, you're not. I thought he
Throws
got.
himself and gives
Yeah,
him a headbutt.
I thought he got actually killed. No, but that's
That's the original actor. Dang,
Yeah, well, he's old, he's much older now. It's
That's crazy
How
to
long
think.
ago was that?
like 2003.
20
Yeah.
years ago?
Yeah.
It was.
years ago. 21 years ago.
Look, oh, he's older.
21. Can you do something for me?
He
Okay.
looks older.
Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
He looks in his 40s.
I just didn't think it was going to be the same actor, but that's cool that they
is.
decided to do it that concise.
Yeah. Then the people thought that they had like a reference to Doctor Doom, but that does not Doctor
That doesn't
Doom.
look like Doctor Doom.
Oh, I thought it was Doctor Strange, the bald person that was doing that when they did the fade to the person's
Doctor Strange,
the girl who
the ancient one.
Yeah, I thought
No,
that was her.
people-
I'm just saying it looked like.
People had confirmed it's I forget the name, but they said that it's Charles Xavier's sister, twin
Why is
sister.
she bald?
Chemo.
I don't remember the name her name, but basically in this one of the storylines, I don't know if this is the story they're going to take, but one of the storylines, he basically knew that she was going to be evil or something, and so in the womb he basically tries to kill her.
In the womb? I thought
In
he
the
just
womb, yeah.
absorbed her.
I thought so too, but anyway, somehow she survives, and yeah, that
Well,
I
alternate
forget her
universes,
name,
so
though.
it's
I thought you
fine.
would know her name.
To imagine being in the womb
doesn't-
and trying to kill your sibling on purpose.
I was
You're
conscious
so
that
aware of what's going on at
Yeah.
that time.
his powers
But
were
I
so
guess if
strong.
anybody, I was about to say, if anybody would know, I guess it would be Professor Xavier.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I know this person's going to be evil.
Shout out to Mike Tocayo.
Yeah. And then there's another few things. So we see all these different fights happening with the TVA, and we saw we saw the 20th Century logo, right? We see in some of the back we see Chitauri, the big, I don't know what it's called, the Chitauri
The whale?
whale thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see one of them there, like the skeleton. You also see like one of the jet engines of one of the carriers of the Avengers in some of them. So people think that they're also going to fight in the Void, which, if you guys don't know, the Void basically if something doesn't fit the sacred timeline, they basically they prune them, and they send them to this place called the Void, which is at the end of time, and
in that timeline or in that universe, that's the end of time.
Yeah, and they get eaten by this monster thing.
So stupid.
So, but anyway, they think that they're in that. At some point, the movie takes place in the Void because you see this smoky monster eat one of the TVA agents, and you see Deadpool see that happen. They think, okay, they're probably at the end of time, and they also think
I think people are kind of going way too hard, making it way more intricate than it needs to be. I thought that part when he's doing it, I thought that was from X-Men, like one of the X-Men movies. And I thought
when are they fighting in the desert?
No, that part's not the desert. That's like a bunch of rubble with it's like dark and gray, like in the last two X-Men films. And like during the apocalypse, I don't know, maybe it could be like Apocalypse killing the TVA. Like I'm just saying, people are putting way too much into this film, and I feel like Deadpool keeps it simple. Deadpool keeps it simple.
You don't think that they're going to use Deadpool to retcon or fix some things?
Yeah, and I would like for him to make it funny too. Like,
smart idea.
So that's probably why they're taking it seriously, because they think that they're correlating that it's maybe going to try and fix the MCU.
If anything, he's already making jokes about him being Marvel's Jesus.
Marvel Jesus,
Marvel Jesus. And I think that there's been, I think, 2 speculations that have been made. It's rumored that they're going to try, they've already mentioned there's going to be bringing back villains, which is why they had that Ultron theory.
Yep.
That they're going to, I don't know what the right word is, but they're going to try to make the villain right that they misused in the MCU already.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
I mean, they misused,
which would be in my opinion, Ultron. I guess I hadn't thought about Apocalypse. He's not really MCU, so maybe that's why I didn't think about.
Well, I mean, it would be funny because if he sees that one guy, he's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be him. You're supposed to be Moon Knight."
Doctor Doom.
They could do that. I don't think they'll do Doctor Doom. And then the other rumor was about Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh yeah, because
alternate versions of Wolverine.
Yeah, because you see,
that would be funny to see that for sure.
Well, you see a pic of Wolverine or the back of him in his white suit, which is pretty cool. And they think that that's the alternate version of Wolverine. That Daniel Radcliffe will be that version of Wolverine.
That's just assumption because that's fan theory stuff.
Yeah, we don't know because people have been clamoring for Daniel Radcliffe to be Wolverine. I'm like, that's kind of weird.
I don't know.
I mean,
I am not one of those people.
Where you going, bud? Expelliarmus.
Oh, he'll forever be Harry Potter. That's sad.
It's Harry Potter. He used his signature.
His cigar is his wand.
How'd you get a cigar?
I want to see.
Yeah,
He's
there
like,
you go.
You think I really threw the Elder Wand away?
Smoking it.
It's I keep my powers.
Because he doesn't care about killing anymore. It's Wolverine.
Yeah, he doesn't need the wand. He smokes in the magic and he just says it and it shoots out. Dude, that'd be so funny if they did that. I mean, they couldn't do that, but that'd be so
and then
funny.
they can incorporate the time turner, and that explains timeline changes.
There you go.
I would say science, but it's actually magic. Magic.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm excited for all that stuff. Just I don't know. I don't want to come about it being so detail oriented. I mean, I get what you're saying though, like he being the Marvel Jesus, but like they're trying to be making it so convoluted. I don't feel like it's going to be this convoluted though. That's my assumption.
You think it's convoluted, but do you know what that word means?
I think it has to be convoluted.
He says convoluted, detail oriented. This isn't a freaking essay.
Well, but like they're putting I'm saying people are wanting it to be so detailed. Like
complex,
they're trying to be complex, and it's like you're asking for like this much stuff when it doesn't need to be like this. Just
I think it is going to be that much stuff.
Diego, I have
so?
a prediction for you. You're going to be disappointed with this movie because
you want
this movie.
No. I mean, I'll be fine. I'll be fine if
things.
Well, I mean, no, I don't really think so unless it's like super like. Like if because I know fans want like Robert Downey Jr. back and Chris Evans back as their characters. Fans are like that. People just don't like change.
Infinity War.
People just don't like change.
Secret Wars.
People just don't like change and all that stuff. So if they're like, oh, we can bring them back without them dying, blah blah blah, then I'll be upset. But if it's like him, the theory of saving Quicksilver and he comes back, or whatever that funny thing is, just turns into Kraven, then fine, I'll be cool with that. I'll laugh. But if it's like, oh yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is back as Iron Man because Wade absorbed all the gamma radiation or whatever bullshit it is, then I'll be like, that's fucking stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, you guys are just.
I don't think, but yeah,
that's my issue with it.
I don't think he would.
I don't
want
want
it to be that.
We don't know.
Josh Brolin did say he'd be okay if Thanos came back in some way.
I want him to just be back as what's the other guy?
Cable.
Cable. I want him to just be as Cable. That'll be fun. Or like them meet each other, like him, like Cable meets him. He's like, "Hey, you look familiar."
No, he would just say, "I don't even know who you are."
Like, best friend.
He said the words.
I think that'd be funny. Like,
that
there
would be-
there
that would
could be
work.
tons of
I
cameos
feel
like
like
that.
there will be.
But like, I don't want that kind of shit though. That would annoy me.
But again, I do.
I'm
think
just
that
saying
they're
it
gonna-
would annoy me. I'm not saying.
I know, but
I feel like you're going to be annoyed.
I think you're
I
gonna
mean,
be
yeah,
annoyed
probably.
because they're
It's
going.
going to be setting up for the next Avengers.
Well, because
movie.
when he said Marvel Jesus, I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to make.
Well,
it.
they need it. That the Marvel Jesus. I just watched the trailer, by the way, all right, before starting, and so I missed a lot of this stuff. But I did hear the Marvel Jesus part. It's none of the movies have been making good money in the past 2-3 years.
Aside from like
So there's been Guardians
Guardians.
Guardians
and Shang-Chi made money.
Shang-Chi made money
Did they make a lot though? Like, just curious.
No,
I-
it was
I think-
profitable. Yes,
because
both
like
of those.
Spider-Man: No Way Home
And
obviously made.
I actually Spider-Man's an exception to me because it's coincided with Sony. I'm
Right.
in strictly Marvel.
Okay.
So because this is, in my opinion, bridging the gap between the two, this is where they're like they have to make or break it.
I think technically,
That's just my opinion.
I know,
if
but I
you
think
wanna-
technically, Multiverse of Madness did make money.
I believe it did.
I mean, but did it
But
make
it-
a lot of money?
Did
But
Black
that-
Panther also make money?
Black Panther: Wakanda Forever also
Well,
made
yeah,
money.
because
Okay,
it was a
well.
death thing, so it was because of
It was a death thing.
because
Yeah,
he
said
was dead.
his,
That's why.
Chadwick died.
That's literally all why. If you went in there for the plot, like for majority, because you're in the minority of this, it was not a good movie.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the only reason why it made money.
The Kamehameha.
That's how I say hi to people.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, I
Cool
think that the
character, though. I
genre
always
is,
say I agree with you there.
other than an exception being Guardians, and it was the last of the three anyway, so it was bound to make money. It's kind of dying off in their eyes. It's not as profitable as it used to be. So I think they want to somehow revive it, and that's
And I thi-
And this is the only movie coming out this year, right?
yeah.
Only Marvel film.
Yes.
yeah, they've scrapped a lot of other Disney
I think so.
projects, right?
I
'Cause
think I think they're just being smarter with their thing. I
I
think they've been lazy lately, so they know
They
that
have
they
been.
can't just.
Absolutely.
Not everything's gonna stick. So I think they're.
creatively corrupt. Is how I
And on top of that, well, from what I was hearing from information on the Deadpool film, was they were trying to control Ryan's control of the creativity of the film,
Yeah.
and because they wanted to incorporate She-Hulk with a lot of the stuff, and he just like, nah, he nixed it in the butt. He cut all of her scenes out,
Yeah.
and she was like trying to threaten, like, I'll release all the information. It's like, bitch, Disney and Ryan will sue your ass to the ground. Like, it's not
you're not
good
a
for
real
you.
lawyer.
It's not good. It's not good for you, lady.
You're
like,
not a real. You're an actress,
I mean, it's
person
just
who could save you is
it's
She-Hulk.
not good for you right now. Like, geez.
and we wrote her off.
Yep.
But yeah, I just
Well-
I don't because what next year? What are the movies coming out next year from Marvel?
For supposedly Fantastic Four is coming out next year.
Really?
Interesting casting choices.
Yeah, who are
Oh, yeah,
the
we
casting
did- we
choices
did get-
again?
Pedro Pascal.
is playing Mr. Fantastic.
Vanessa Kirby,
I like
who I don't
him.
even know
That's
who
weird.
she is playing.
She was in the last two Mission Impossibles.
I've never seen them.
Playing Invisible Woman.
We'll never see her.
I forget his name, but the guy from Stranger Things is playing the
Eddie,
Human
who
Torch.
played the guitar, who dies in.
Spoilers.
I haven't-
Diego.
wow,
That was 3 years
Wow.
ago. Get out of here.
I've only seen the first 6 episodes, and I really liked it, Stranger Things, but I never picked it back up.
So Eddie's really
I
cool. If you
loved
ever
it. I
if you
never
ever
saw it
watched
again.
the last season of it, Eddie's tight. He's
He's
like
cool.
yeah.
Cool character, but he's playing the Human Torch.
Okay.
And then I
And then
forget
who's the
the,
Thing?
The
guy
Thing?
playing the Thing.
I don't remember his
I know
name.
he was a big fan cast, and like when I think not recently, but most likely when he got announced or like when he got picked, they did ask him if he was the Thing, and he lied on like whatever it was. But
No,
I know he was like,
He upheld his NDA.
yeah, of course, yeah.
That- I mean,
yeah,
Andrew
Always had to lie.
Andrew
But,
Garfield
like-
did
Garfield's
that.
the best example of that. I am not.
no, but that
I officially.
I'm okay with it with the casting. I'm just tired of Pedro Pascal. Like, man,
Yeah, I like him. I just don't know if
Just-
that's.
I just don't-
I'm a big fan. That
It's
just
like-
seems a little strange.
it's like
People
what's the other guy's name? Who's
Robert Downey
Mario?
Oh,
Chris Pratt. It's like that. Like Pedro's the next Chris Pratt, and I don't
Chris
want him.
Pratt, what is you always say that Chris Pratt is in like 3 things: Jurassic World.
He was in
Mario,
Jurassic
and
World,
he's-
Mario, Garfield. He was Guardians of the
What?
Galaxy.
You're gonna watch Garfield.
No, I'm just saying.
Garfield?
But like just hearing the name, just like hearing the name. Oh my god, he was in the Tomorrow War, whatever it was. That was on Amazon. He was in like a bunch of other films.
Exactly. No one.
No, but
knows
still,
that.
like just
Three
if you
things.
hear like for me, it's just I hear the name. I'm like, God, like get out of here,
What?
bro.
Okay,
Like,
Pedro Pascal. What's he in?
he was in The Last of Us. He was in Wonder Woman 84. He was.
I didn't even know that.
He
Yeah,
was.
he was.
Yeah, he
the
was.
villain.
He's a villain.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
weird.
anti-hero, I guess.
Yeah.
He was trying to do
He was in
stuff.
Apocalypse.
He was trying to do stuff right for his
He was in Game
son.
of Thrones.
Oh yeah, he was.
There you go. See, I'm just tired of him. That's all.
I don't think Chris Pratt. I don't think.
He was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, but that one, I'll say that one was hilarious when he was on SNL. I won't lie, because that was like the few times I've ever seen him do Spanish stuff.
I love how Mr. didn't even mention about Chris Pratt about being on Parks and Rec about Chris Pratt. No, he's like
that was when he was a.
Guardians.
That's when he was when he was a B. This is when he was a B tier celebrity. When he became,
That's when he got upset. You stay out of my Garfield, man.
Hey, I liked Garfield as a kid. Leave me alone.
I like Garfield. When I saw that they were making live action, I'm like, that's garbage. I'm not watching that.
And you don't even mention Pedro Pascal in wasn't he a Mandalorian?
Yeah, he's in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He's like, that didn't bother me.
No. I'm just like, yeah. It's just a helmet on. Yeah, pretty much.
You have the weirdest things that get you off. Anyway, the point is, we even got off Deadpool. It doesn't matter. Anyway, Deadpool 3, again, I think it's going to set up for Secret Wars because at the end, you see the Secret Wars comic book and you see the little soda bottle that had, do you remember in Hulk, in the Incredible Hulk, where it had
the gamma radiation?
Yeah, the blood that was in the soda. Yeah. It was there too with the.
I did not see that, but okay.
Yeah, it's at the very end. I had to watch a few things and I was like, what the freak? Why is that there? Then you see Wolverine's silhouette and.
He has his old.
That could be. No,
Red Hulk is maybe.
Now the question is: are the claws going to come out of his knuckles or at the top?
What?
The question is: are they going to do comic accurate? Are they going to do it from the movies, like through his knuckles, or at the top of his?
I don't know.
Knuckles. That's the big question.
That's a good segue into the next topic.
Let's go into the next one because we could talk about this for a long time, but we're going to talk about it in the next one. The next big trailer, which didn't come out in the Super Bowl, came out earlier this week. I think it was like Wednesday or Tuesday. And it was, they officially showed a trailer for X-Men 97.
I didn't watch it.
So it's
they nerfed Rogue's ass.
Of course, that would be the one thing
Twitter gonna bring that up.
Twitter was upset. They're like, "Oh man, they woke it up.
She was a body catching bodies. Okay,
yeah. See,
and then you see a part of her, and she just got nerfed.
Gambit's not gonna want her anymore. What the hell?
Just like Solid Snake, he got nerfed.
His ass cheeks got clapped.
Yeah,
I guess I'm weird. I just don't notice that about fictional characters.
Did they nerf Storm? Storm was my favorite.
They gave her a mohawk.
They gave her
the mohawk. Doesn't bother me.
I'm just saying she didn't give her a mohawk. I didn't show her whole body.
I know a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on it because like one thing is they nerfed the body, obviously bad thing, but the Storm thing is they're like when a lot of companies do this type of hairdo, they get something very short. They kind of change teams, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hope that's not what happens because I guess they could if that's their property, but I hope they don't do that.
Yeah.
But they also did weird things like Morph. They made him non-binary for whatever reason.
It makes sense. He's because when you look at his normal look, he's just a morph. He's just a gray looking thing.
I know. It's just weird they had to make a point of it. Like if there's a reason for it, fine.
I mean, Mystique's a woman and she morphs.
Yeah.
But she knows she's a woman.
Fuck you. But Morph doesn't.
Wait, what?
I mean, it does come down to individual identity. So he has a point.
Yeah, but we didn't get like too much.
I'll say I liked how they started it because it was like an old like CRT TV, and then they turn it on, and then you just see like the X-Men, like the old one from like the ending of it,
the finale
of it, and then they're like, catch us next time on the next season of X-Men, and then
no, they did not say. They said it's a series finale,
whatever the fuck it is. And then it goes to the new one.
Fake news here, Diego.
My bad.
As I recall, you say
I need to go back and finish X.
And so you see the new animation, which is a little weird because does it seem like there's some CGI to it? That's how I felt with some parts.
I didn't think it.
That's how I felt. Maybe I'm just.
There's a few things in the trailer that I'm trying to understand because obviously it takes place right after, and I can't remember because I know Professor X gets hit. I can't remember if they take him off Earth to find the cure to help him out. Yeah. But it alludes that he does die because you see the grave.
Does it die?
Huh? I didn't say that he did, but they allude to that he's dying.
His mind is somewhere else, and so he's going to transfer his mind like in the end of the third movie, remember?
Anyway.
To his sister's body.
That's how they connected to Deadpool. But yeah, you see that, you see they're mourning him. There's a few things that they've also done that's kind of weird. And again, this isn't specific to the show. I just wanted to bring it up because it kind of bugs me. So they brought a lot of the original voice actors back, or tried to.
The ones that are alive.
Yeah, the ones that are alive. But one of the cool things is the Cyclops voice actor. If you've watched Jujutsu Kaisen, the voice actor of Chozo, who has the blood manipulating art, he
Bloodbender, okay.
Yeah, he is the voice of Cyclops, and I heard his voice like, oh my god, it's Chozo. It's cool. So I love the voice of Cyclops, but like they did some changes. One of the
And he's not the original Cyclops, though, is he?
no,
He's pretty close. 'Cause
He
he
sounds
tricked
really
me.
close,
He tricked me well.
but one of the things that they did was the original voice actress of Jubilee. She did not want to do it, and her reasoning again kind of bugs me. She's like, it's like I don't want to give, I don't want to take away the opportunities of someone who's Asian to voice an Asian mutant.
You
Now
feel
it's
like her hands was forced?
I don't know if her hands are forced.
I mean,
her
the
powers
thing is,
suck
do you
anyway,
really
but-
would you really miss Jubilee's voice? Like it's Jubilee.
It's
She
not
kind of
that.
sucked in the series, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, she does suck.
So that's not even the like.
Is that
Her
mentioned?
voice
Don't
was
make fun of
echoed.
Paul's favorite character.
Her voice echoed to nobody.
Paul?
She was
I would-
literally at
Paul.
a wall talking to herself,
Paul.
and she's like, "I made the right choice."
That's
I was
Paul.
yelling at this wall,
Paul.
saying, I
Vaporeon,
just,
yeah.
Yeah, this
"Racial identity
I actually
disorder."
did like Jubilee as a character because it humanized Wolverine. It's like it
Yeah.
gave him
Yeah.
a balance.
I was about to say.
And they did that
And-
with Rogue in the movies.
And I always said, like, I agreed. I'm like, her powers suck, but in my mind, because I played, did you guys ever play X-Men Legends?
yeah.
Yeah,
I love
those
that
games.
game.
She's pretty damn dope in that game.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
The game.
man, so I know. So I said, oh, it'd be so cool if they transitioned that power to her, because the game came out after the show. I'm like, they misused her. They could have done this for her. So I grew to like her after the show by playing the video game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but the thing it just bugged me because they did that with the Simpsons. They're like Dr. Hibbert no longer sounds like Dr. Hibbert anymore, and I don't like that.
Carl doesn't sound like
doesn't sound
Carl.
like Carl. Yeah, I was like,
Apu is gone now.
Apu's
Pretty
gone
much.
now. It's
This
just
world
it's sad. So
fucking woke
it just seemed like
bastards.
yeah.
Little
But anyway,
white
that's a whole other
racists.
that's a whole other.
Anyways, but no, you could tell some of them are pretty old. Like Logan did, like it was. I think it's the same voice actor for Logan, but he's way older. Like he doesn't. To me, it doesn't sound like him. It kind of sounds like a bad attempt at it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? He came back for this. I'm gonna give him. I know it's been
I'm
like
attempting
30,
myself.
like
I
30
don't sound
years
that
because
good.
Yeah,
the X Men. Yeah, 97. Duh. but like just it's just kind of like. I don't want him to feel like he has to go back into that role because they want him there. I feel like if he's pushing himself, that's all I'm worried about.
I don't know. I mean, you have the voice actress of Goku who's like 80 something, and she's still doing it. She still sounds
Actress,
actress, but she's relatively
give her
sounds
the
good.
respect she needs, she deserves. Yeah, but she's a badass though. There's a difference. I don't know about
Oh, but
Logan.
he's not?
I don't know what he's
Clearly
done.
not.
What has he done after this? I don't know. I don't know his repertoire.
need
If I
to
knew
know
that,
it.
then I could do
You
it.
can't be in more things, otherwise it bothers you.
Yeah.
This is too many things.
Chris Pratt
You're
over
already
again.
Wolverine. You can't be anything else.
You want to be Garfield?
I just,
Oh,
I
my
hope
childhood.
it's a growl, because you know how Wolverine would just run like,
Yeah.
I hope it's the same. I always enjoyed that.
I think I'm excited. I think it still looks good. I'm cautiously optimistic about it. I think it's probably top 3 anime.
Yeah.
like
I
cartoons.
think there's and it's
Spider-Man, X-Men, and then Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Those three, I don't care in what order anyone puts them in. Those three are pinnacle
I think that-
cartoon for Americans.
Yep.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
And
Those
we're
are the top
talking
3.
the 90s, because there's several Spider-Mans,
Yeah.
but 90s, the
90s
animated series
Spider-Man.
for Batman, which is the Kevin Conroy, and then the X-Men. Just pinnacle,
Which fun
and
fact?
still hold up to today.
They do.
Fun
And
fact
the
for
theme
the
songs are legit.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fun fact for the Batman one is I found out that they actually drew it on black paper, which is what gives it that dark vibe. I'm like, that's cool.
Smart.
But yeah, I don't know plot wise what they're gonna do. I mean, I know Magneto basically took over.
He owns the. So Xavier Charles gave him like his will and testament, last everything to him. So he owns the Mutant
Xavier
Academy and
School.
everything like that.
Okay.
So I don't. I mean, he kind of
Technically, Magneto is the leader.
Yeah, he's the
de facto
leader.
leader of the X-Men at this moment.
because he's no longer like fighting against them. So, but it seems kind of sinister at the end because he's like, this is the last will and testament of Charles Xavier. It's like, now I own you guys, and
Yeah.
but
It's
again,
weird.
I think they're gonna do a few different things because obviously Cyclops is gonna be
My X-Men.
yeah
Boy Scout.
yeah Boy Scout
Scott
Cyclops.
Summers.
That's literally
Sometimes way cool, and sometimes like, you're a douche.
That's like my favorite insult that Wolverine calls
yeah.
Cyclops.
Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Oh,
he-
and I think Never mind. I don't remember that part. No.
I wonder what they're gonna do with him. He becomes a big douche in the comics, especially
Cyclops usually does.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
he sucks.
unfortunate.
When you're fighting when you start fighting the Avengers, you know there's usually something wrong with you.
They're like the Phoenix. This is a mutant issue. You get your
Stay out of this.
Yeah, stay out of this.
It's like millions of people are just like being incinerated by the Phoenix Force.
He's like, no, we'll deal with this. You can't.
You clearly
That's why
have-
we're stepping in.
That's why we're here, bro.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyway, okay. 97, good. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
Final topic for today. I was gonna say tonight, but it's not tonight. I did want to talk about a thing that we can all relate to, and this is obviously video games. But I want to talk about a few things. I know, right?
Right.
I want to talk about what was your first, and I specifically want to talk about controllers or paddles. What was your first ever paddle or controller you ever played on? And then I want to talk about the best ones and the worst ones you've ever used. Now, I do want to exclude, in terms of like best ones, I do want to exclude anything that's modded or anything that's like the Xbox Elite controller, because that
Something
is made
that's
to be customizable.
made exclusively. Okay.
No,
Fair enough.
I can't. Because that's the whole point.
I get
So,
it.
like,
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I get it.
So,
But I like the paddles.
I know. I like them too. But I want to talk about them. Like, what was your first experience? Like ours. Well, I say ours because I know Mr. Mish is the same one. Is when we came to the States that Christmas, our dad bought us a Nintendo, an NES. It was like back in '92.
Rich.
Yeah, '92. Yeah,
Dang, bro.
This. Yeah. Japan, I was gonna say, Boricua Senpai didn't have one till like 2005. It's okay.
We didn't have cable. I never had one.
yeah,
You actually got one?
We did have a Nintendo.
they did
Never
have
got
one.
one.
Yeah.
It was gifted to us by a
Yeah.
different family.
So
I don't think our dad bought it. I think they gave it to him.
I think he bought it.
Either way.
But
stole
like,
it.
I remember that
The
paddle. It
rectangle
was
paddle.
that rectangle paddle with two buttons: the start and select button in the middle, and then the D pad. And I remember thinking, this thing, like it was not comfortable.
No, it
It
wasn't.
wasn't just like a rectangle, though,
It
right?
was just a
It was just a
rectangle.
rectangle.
Like a chocolate bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just you play it, and if you're pressing like the buttons hard because you're button mashing sometimes, your hands
go.
get sore and hurt.
And the edges are hard edges. They're not
Yeah.
even smooth. So like it would dig into your hand and leave imprints.
Like
Yeah.
I would find different ways to play because I would see my brother sometimes he put it on the floor and he just play like
Okay.
Not me, our oldest brother.
yeah oldest brother.
T-Rex?
Yeah, little T-Rex and just play. And a lot of people, like, if you see people play NES games or they stream NES or Super NES games, that's how they play. They play, like, on their lap and
I
they...
play like this.
Yeah, see?
I play like this now, though. Like on the Xbox.
Oh.
For like
Well, that's
fighting
you
games,
weird.
For fighting games.
What?
I literally play Tekken like this.
What about the buttons on the back?
There's buttons on the back.
You're like, no need.
No need.
That's funny.
But yeah, that was our first, like... Ours was our first paddle or first controller we ever used.
Yeah.
Was that yours too then, Boricua Senpai?
I mean, that we had in our house, yes, but I remember going to a friend's house and they had the Atari. So I had like...
Oh, really?
That was the first time I ever played a video game, and it was Pong. Pong was the first video game I ever
That's
played.
Really?
So I saw, I'm like, this is weird. And I didn't like it too much, so my brother and I played for maybe 30 minutes. Like, let's go outside and play basketball. But that was the first controller experience.
I wish your first controller was the ColecoVision.
The ColecoVision.
Yeah.
What is that?
It had like one of the worst games. It was like it had this huge knob that you would use to play, and it had like basically numbers. Like it looked like a telephone dial pad, and you had this knob. It was weird. I don't understand. But yeah. Okay, cool. How about you?
Does a Game Boy count?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, it was controller. It's a
Actually, you know
controller.
what? I lied. The first thing I ever played on was a mouse and keyboard.
Really?
My uncle had a computer, and I played Pokemon Yellow on the lap computer.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, I
That was
forget.
the first thing I
I
played.
forget how young you are.
Yeah, I never had a. What'd you have? Super
I had a Nintendo.
A
No, I had a Nintendo.
Then we had
I
a
didn't
Super
have that. I
Nintendo.
didn't have either of those. I guess the first one. That was the first one I played. Was mouse and keyboard playing Pokemon.
That's
Yellow.
why
my
he's
gosh,
so
right.
like quick with it when we're playing. You guys are playing the
we're actually
Nuzlocke
blue
and stuff.
Nuzlocke. I literally play mouse like arrow keys and space.
I
bar.
play arrow keys too. I can't.
No, but he's
I,
quick.
I do as well.
But
Well, I
he's
thought you
quick
played on
though.
the
If you
controller.
hear him, you can hear his key taps. Like he's like
But that's also because of his freaking mic that he has.
Yeah, that's also my
no,
mic.
but
That's
like
also-
he's
but
he's
yeah.
like accurate with it. Like sometimes I'll
That's
forget.
how-
Like
yeah, that's how I
what's my
learned how to-
buttons for A is B is this is that? He's just
I think it was Radical Red that I ironically enough did on my Xbox controller because the UI is so efficient. That's like it's. I don't.
Still the
I actually
Keith
don't like
loves-
Emerald. By the way, I don't like its interface. I hate it.
Of what?
Drives me insane. Of Emerald, the one we're doing right now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
can
get shafted
understand that.
too. That's probably why it helped.
But anyway, so on Radical Red, I did use a paddle, but now the other two that we've done, I just have to use the keyboard,
Gotcha.
which doesn't bother me. So the dual screen one
Yeah.
that we played, what
That
one
one
was that
was,
one?
Soul Silver.
So Silver.
That's
Yeah.
fun.
That one didn't bother me
Because
because
you could actually use mouse and that was nice.
and I customized everything to like fit however I use the keyboard.
Yeah.
But
that was my first was playing mouse and keyboard Pokemon Yellow. My first console that I had was a Nintendo 64.
I never had
Gosh,
one.
you're so
The big
freaking- I know we didn't. You didn't have a lot of these.
I had
We
a
had-
Dreamcast.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah.
I got a Nintendo 64 and a PlayStation on my same birthday.
Wow.
Freaking rich.
Before that, I
mother-
didn't have anything. My uncle worked for Sony, so that he didn't pay for it.
Oh my god!
Nice.
No, we had to work. We had to freaking do a freaking paper route to earn money to get consoles.
That's what. No, that was just one. We just did a Dreamcast.
Hey, it's still.
Yeah, but
We
you're
worked
saying
hard for it.
consoles for multiple.
Yeah.
No.
I
Our
worked
dad, our dad helped us out with a lot of stuff. He got us our N64. He got us our Game Boy Color because we didn't have a Game Boy. Somebody had a Game Boy. I think my sister or my brother, and then we
We got the Game Boy Color. Or the dad gave us Game Boy Color.
he got
That
us
was
that,
the
and he got us
last-
silver.
Yeah.
That was
Good times.
Good times. That's
Okay.
a bad controller. That one hurts.
The GameCube?
No, the Game Boy Color.
Dude, every
Game
Nintendo
Boy.
controller honestly is terrible.
Hey.
I disagree with that.
Every
wholeheartedly.
Nintendo one
What are you gonna
is
say?
uncomfortable.
He
all of
likes
them.
the Wii U Pro
Except-
controller.
No.
That's why.
Except the
Wii U
Switch
Pro controller? Okay.
which ironically is modeled after the Xbox paddle, but that's
So,
the only
I do
comfortable
like the
one.
Switch Pro.
So I do want to talk about then. Let's talk about the best controllers that we have. Again, excluding
Yes.
Elite and anything custom.
Okay, I know right away. I want to do first because you already got us.
And you
with
said
that.
worse ones too, right?
Yeah.
We just
After
did-
we'll do worst ones.
Okay.
Okay, the best one for me was the original Xbox S controller.
Oh, the big fat.
No, S.
No, not
that's
the-
the Duke. The S because it
shrunk
was
it.
too big for people, and so they shrank it.
Even for his big old beady hands.
My meaty
look at him.
claws. It was the S. Amazing. Just it felt good. The joysticks were top notch, and like that was my first time going into an FPS game, Halo, and I played on the Duke, and I was like, why do people play FPS games? This makes no sense. This is stupid. And then I got the small controller. I was like, oh, this makes a lot of sense now. I get it, and solid.
Miles loved that Duke controller. I hated that.
That
like it either.
that Duke control is stupid big, man. I
And then
hate
why'd
it.
you get one?
I bought it for nostalgia sakes, and then I played.
I hated that thing.
I played it. I bought it, and then I played a game with it. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, let's put this in the box and leave it there.
Now I remember.
That's funny.
What the heck?
I know they have the small ones now, so I might get that and use it for like games.
Okay. So yours is the
S.
Xbox S controller.
Super good, dude.
Okay. How about you, Boricua Senpai?
Mine would be the whatever first gen was for Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Because all like 360s was I was gonna pick 360, but I forgot that Xbox One made a slight improvement on it as well. And I think that's the definitively.
Oh,
standard
because you don't see the
best.
battery back anymore. It's inside
it's
it.
ergonomic.
Very
It's
good.
the most ergonomic designed paddle. That's standard or stock, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
That's not modified. So
It's very
Okay.
good.
I'd say that
controller.
like it's. I read things that's scientifically proven to be the most ergonomic one, and it made sense for me because I would never have like arm pains playing it.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense.
good
I
controller.
know exactly the one I
agree
hate
with
the
you.
most. So
Okay.
Okay, what about you, Cherking?
It's probably weird because I don't use it nearly as often, but I think it's probably the PS5 control.
Really?
It's a good controller.
Yeah,
it feels good.
It's super,
I don't
for
play it,
being
but
like a
it's-
default. It's super. I mean, I spent 24 hours with it.
That's also
on
true.
multiple occasions.
Jesus,
Wait, the PS5 or I
Jesus
thought it was
Christ.
PS4?
Oh, 5.
PS5.
PS5. Okay.
It's
that's
a
how
way
we played
nice
Spider-Man
controller.
2 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Spider-Man, the first
I
one was
went
a
back
little.
and played the other ones too.
Oh, okay. That's why.
But yeah, so I think it's still like the
The best one.
best the whatchamacallit, the touchpad.
Yeah, the DualSense.
DualSense?
That's just it's
It's
nice.
fire.
It's nice,
It's very yeah.
and I don't even use that. I don't even use it that much. Yeah, it's probably that one. Probably honorable mention to the Xbox controller, just like Ho said, and then probably like the Switch Pro controller.
Yeah, Switch on all of those are formatted after basically the Xbox.
You know what the word? Oh, never mind.
And
Say it.
also shout out to the whatchamacallit. What was it called? Was it the Wavebird?
Oh, the GameCube Wavebird.
GameCube Wavebird.
Yeah.
That was like your first wireless thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was like-
that was cool.
That was
GameCube
freaking beefy.
Wavebird.
Yeah,
That's what they called it. One of the first wireless
Controllers.
Nintendo controllers.
Like official Nintendo controller.
you had like the little.
It's a
It
big
looked like an
cube.
inhaler, and you had to like plug it into like the controller port, and then you would turn it on, and then on your GameCube controller, it had like an extra little
thingy
groove on the bottom,
groove.
and you would just like toggle it up.
Oh, it's for the GameCube.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
the
so the
game.
GameCube.
okay.
Mine, the one that I was thinking about, one was the Pro controller. That is in the Switch Pro controller.
Yeah, it's
Love
nice.
that one. Another honorable mention, and I know probably you don't like them, but I love the GameCube controller.
Oh no,
I love that.
I think it's a great controller.
Ironic. It's hideous.
It is.
But
It
it's
looks
not
horrible.
bad to use. It's not bad
I
to
look
use.
at it like this looks like a monstrosity. What the fudge did they think
Yeah,
about?
they were on
They
something.
made the
They were making
freaking
this
button
thing.
super huge, the A button and the B button. Like what the
And the
heck?
Y and the X.
Yeah,
It almost like it was purposely designed for Smash Bros or something.
yeah.
Only for one game, but then they're like, let's use this for Metroid Prime. It's like, no, God no.
yeah. So, but the one I had to go with the Xbox was the Xbox 360 controller. I love that
Oh, so
controller.
good, yeah.
That thing was so nice. It was smaller. The things that make it a little bit better for me, I know they made improvements for the Xbox One controller, but I think a lot of after Xbox 360, they made and this is the weird thing because they made it very loose.
The
Oh, on the
joysticks?
Xbox One controllers.
And that's in all other controls. Like even like the Switch Pro, they're very
They like it loose, yeah.
And
I
I
like
don't.
it
I
loose.
hated that looseness. That the 360 had like some
Very tight.
tension,
You know-
and I
Tension.
liked it.
I'm switching back then. No, I forgot
No, I
about how
agree.
nice
Yeah.
that was. Yeah, I'm going to go with the 360
That's why the
as well.
Elite 2 controller, you have the tension torque in
Yep.
there.
Yeah, and that's why like
Fire.
if I had to go like if I
I
added
was a
them,
much better
my-
sniper on Halo 3 and 2 because of the tension.
Yeah, and
You're right.
it just feels.
I agree.
better.
I agree.
I just-
No argument there.
I don't know why they decided to be like, no, let's make it loose. Because I can remember like PlayStation ones, they're also very loose.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people they're like, let's just
And
go
even
with
the
PlayStation.
bumpers had
It
more
dep-
tension in it,
depends.
too.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't just
I
accidentally
never played
touch-
FPS games on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, the bumpers
Oh,
were
they're
different
awful.
because they used to be what's the word?
improvement since 4, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember if they were spring loaded. There was some way that they were done. They
No.
changed it.
Oh, no. The 360 was they're separate, whereas in the Xbox One, they're connected by like a
Yeah,
little thing.
yeah.
So if one breaks, the other one doesn't work. Stupid design.
Yeah, it was super weird.
And on the 360, it was spring loaded by the plastic. I only know this because I
Yeah.
customized some ones through painting. So I took it apart, and it was like the plastic was spring loaded. So
yeah,
Yeah.
so
Whereas the other one is just they're
It's
tied
one
together.
massive
So one
piece,
breaks,
yeah.
you're fucked.
the 360 that controller was amazing.
yeah, you're right.
I love that
Bring it
controller.
back.
If they could bring that back, I would love that
I
one.
think they're gonna.
They should bring it back eventually.
I think. I mean, it would be smart if they did it this year because it's what the 20th anniversary of the 360.
Yeah, 07?
04, yeah,
04.
because it came out the
No.
same year as Halo 2. Yes, it did.
Oh, you what?
Because
04.
Halo-
Oh,
I swear, because didn't
Oh, I'm thinking of Halo 3.
Halo 2 came out 04.
Halo 2 came out still on the original Xbox.
Yes, but though I believe that same year it also came out in Xbox 360 because we had.
Oh, maybe
No, because I
2005.
thought it coincided. The 360 coincided with Halo 3. That's why the units
Was it?
pushed so much with.
No,
360.
well, it came out before.
Yeah, so a year
because
before.
Halo 2 was being played a lot on the 360.
Oh, yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
Halo 3 came out, and then that's when it.
And they gave us that, country
maybe
song about
2005.
Yeah.
So 2005.
Okay. I just had to. I know we got
Something like
the
that.
game on Xbox, Halo 2, and then it didn't. We had to put some weird like sleeve on
Our
it for it to
360
work.
was our Xbox was so fucked up. We had to get this thing called New Skin for your disc, and it's like it looked just like a screen protector for your phone, but on the disc, and had like an orange border, and it could only read Halo 2 with that stupid skin protector.
It was the weirdest thing.
And whenever we tried to do without
Yours
it,
got duped.
could never read. And then once we got the 360, we threw.
Yeah, it was
like,
fine.
fuck this
Yeah.
Xbox. Get out of here. 360 is where it's at.
But yeah.
Weird. Okay.
Okay. How about
I'm bad at that. I don't throw away my old. I have all my consoles.
I know
we
we
have
should.
the
We
console.
should.
We have the Xbox.
We shouldn't have
console.
done it because we
do have the.
You
we
want to
do-
know what's messed up? What we did? We had an N64 with 4 controllers and Smash Bros, and we sold it at a pawn shop for $30
Uh-huh.
to buy 2 DVDs of Dragon Ball Z.
Yep. That I don't have anymore.
You guys are not my friends.
This is why. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's why he says he doesn't say that's my friend.
Not for this.
I do want to get I kind of am itching to do the retro console purchase, buying them and just having the box of.
Don't buy by
I have my
DK, whatever.
Dreamcast
Oldies.
still. I want to paint over it. Honestly,
Good, dude. That'd be sick.
I have parts of my of different consoles, just not like the cables.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
I want to get everything. I want to get them all. Go get
Okay.
NES, Super
I have
Nintendo.
my green Halo Xbox, the big.
That one's cool.
I never had that.
Our friends had that, and they had the Halo 3 Xbox 360.
Halo 3, the Halo Reach, and the Halo 4. The Halo 4 was probably the coolest looking one.
That one, and it had the cool sound too.
I think our brother Oscar has
Oscar has it.
Yeah, that was cool. Okay, I want to talk about the worst, and this doesn't just be the worst control, but the worst controllers.
Okay, I know. I got mine.
Okay, well, no, let's go with what he was saying. You went first.
Okay,
With the
I hate
best.
a lot of Nintendo is always up there for honorable mentions, but I think that you got the cord on her. The worst one, I think it's the PS2. Anytime I
Really?
tried playing, because that's the one where they added the extra bumpers, right?
Yeah.
the
R1,
L1, L2, R1. It was weird for me to figure out for a moment because I was an Xbox guy. Whatever, no big deal. The way it was squished together, the fucking analog sticks were squished in the middle, and then my hands were twisted out to do this. So I immediately get forearm cramps within 20-30 minutes. Never an issue, even with the big Xbox paddle. As much as I didn't like it, I never had issues because your hands were naturally not
they're just
pulled
like
out.
this. You don't go
I hate
downwards.
the
Well, here's-
PS2 is the worst. PS3 is up there too because it didn't make much of an improvement. But finally, by PS4, it's more comfortable. It's still a bit uncomfortable, but far more bearable.
Did you ever have? I never had this issue, but I saw people who
the
had big
PlayStation
hands.
2.
Like when they play down here, they sometimes hit.
I didn't have that
Okay.
issue,
Ouch.
but I hated the PS2 paddle. It's the worst controller, the worst. And that's saying something because Nintendo has some pretty shit paddles.
Okay, that's a good. That's a good one. What would you?
And I hate the N64 one too. It's up there. It's not as bad as PS2, but it's up there.
I mean,
It's bad.
it's up there. Yeah.
You play one round of Mario Party with the spinning thing, and that joystick doesn't work no more.
and that's
Your
a
feet
game
got,
where you're
like,
not
the
burned.
I don't know how many times I made my hand bleed or get myself.
Yeah.
But after you do one round of Mario Party, that joystick don't work no more. It just kind of
Yep, it's broken.
tilt to the left, tilt to the right. And it's,
Awful.
Don't
Imagine
worry.
playing any relatively good
Gold spaghetti.
game that requires a ton of movement all the time. Not
Smash
good.
Brothers. It was hard.
I'd have to say, just because I feel it's the controller that breaks most often, it's got to be the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con.
Yours breaks. Mine never broke.
mine gets stick drift. I
They
hate
get this,
it.
yeah, the stick drift, and then the actual buttons up here.
Yeah.
I feel and you guys know me. I'm playing Pokemon hour. I'm not playing something crazy.
Yeah.
How's my buttons not working? I'm not playing Street Fighter. I'm not playing Tekken. I'm not playing an FPS. This is a
That's
very.
why I hate playing Nintendo. Come on, Nintendo. You're supposed to be sharing. Why am I playing with this?
I hate how small because it's for the Japanese
It's a
consumer. They're
Tic Tac
tiny.
box. Gosh, I hate it.
I gotta go with.
I don't use my Joy-Cons. They're on there. I use my Pro Controller. That's it.
Same. I don't even play handheld. It gives me cramps.
Yes, because
I go
I
straight.
get a specific thing for
Yeah,
it,
me
so
too.
so I
I
can
just-
play in handheld.
I just it's docked permanently.
I have
Forever
two.
docked.
Joy-Con was up there, but I have to go with the Wiimote. The reason I hate it because we would play Smash Brothers, Smash Brothers Brawl, and they would take all the freaking game control, and they would leave me with the Wiimote and the nunchuck. And I had to learn how to play
He got
with this.
good with it though.
I hated
He
it.
got
though.
very good with it.
You know what sucked playing with that is freaking Skyward Sword because you had to use the motion controllers and it didn't work. And I liked it because Link
'cause
was
you
originally
needed-
left-handed, and when they brought Skyward Sword over
no, Twilight Princess.
Twilight Princess, they switched them to be right-handed. I'm like, this sucks. I hate this freaking Wiimote. For
I was upset with it
people.
too, even though yeah.
Yeah, I hated that controller just mainly because of the Smash Brothers thing. But other games, that's when Nintendo went. I mean, they've always been kind of gimmicky, right? But they went full on gimmicky because the Wiimote. They had great games. You played Wii Bowling, and most people played that. But all the other games are well, how are you going to play Smash Brothers with the nunchuck?
Like this.
You play it with less buttons, or you can swing for smash attacks. I'm like, you did not think this.
No, they did. That's why the first gens came out with the GameCube ports at the top.
Yeah, but then later they took them out.
Yeah, but that's the me.
But anyway, the other one, the big honorable mention to me had to have been the Sega Genesis or the Sega
Oh yeah,
Saturn-
that's pretty awful.
Dishonorable.
Disarm. It was like
Is it the one with the 3 buttons?
it's the 3 buttons, which
That's
was
Genesis.
weird. I was like, why
or
was it
ABC
3?
here.
Like
Yeah.
4, okay, 2, but 3. I was like, it doesn't even work for like fighting games. Like there's 3. Like why?
Punch, other punch, and
And kick. There's no low
heavy
kick,
kick,
or high kick. Yeah, I was
high
like,
kick, and then low kick.
punch,
It was-
kick, throw. There
yeah,
you go.
it was just really an awkward, and it's like a freaking like croissant type of looking.
It was bad.
I didn't like the
It
D-pad.
wasn't good.
Yeah,
D-pad was the worst. I hate the circular D-pad thing where it's trash.
yeah, like the only thing like it had it that one up the Super Nintendo, not the controller, but the Super Nintendo console was because it had Mortal Kombat the same
The
like the
arcade
arcade version, whereas the Super Nintendo they
They
censored
dumbed it
it.
down, yeah.
So
Green
that was
blood.
the only thing. But I hated that controller. At least the Super Nintendo had 4 buttons and it had the 2
The
yeah,
bumpers too.
bumpers, but this one had 3, and it's like, and then they had one that had 6, and I'm like, this is getting crazy. Why you have 6 here? And it's just
A, B, C, X, Y,
I
Z.
forgot about that one. That was pretty bad.
yeah.
That was bad.
I don't know. How about you, Mister?
Okay, so mine is pretty similar to Host, but it's PlayStation 1 to PS4 controllers are trash. I hate them. Like, I know it's unpopular consensus. A lot of people
I'm
really do
with you.
like it. Because when I went to my friend's Irvine's house the first time, I used the PS3 controller and we were playing Call of Duty. And I
did
did
the boomerang?
I did no, it wasn't the boomerang. That never came out. They
Oh,
just
yeah,
showed
it
the
never did.
concept.
Yeah.
But I did the joystick thing where both my thumbs hit the thing, and so I'm like, "Why is this down here? This is stupid." Because the PlayStation 1
Didn't have 'em.
They had them later on.
On
They came later.
PS2 is when they
Yeah,
I think PlayStation 2
but
Yeah,
the
that's why
PS1 had it though, but it was later on. But like I didn't like the controller; it just was too weird for me because it. But there, PS2 I didn't really get to use too much because our brother had it and he wouldn't let us play it.
Yeah, that's true.
So I never played games with the PS2. So that never, but it just looked ugly. I didn't like it. PS3 is just kind of the same thing, and then that pissed me off. And then PS4 is just, I didn't like it, and then the battery would just die after like 2 or 3 hours. I'm like, this is garbage. I hated it. I hate that. And then dishonorable mention would be the Wii Pro controller is stupid because it did the reverse of what PlayStation did. They put the joysticks at
oh
the
yeah,
top.
both at top. It was super weird. I thought that was a Wii. I thought that was a Wii U.
No, Wii U fixed it. I think.
Was it? I played with one of them, and I remember. But no, it had to be the Wii U.
The Wii did the 2 at the bottom, and then the Wii U did
and
the 2 at the top.
It was so weird.
Stupid. And you know how you use it? You plug it into the nunchuck.
Let Americans
Or the
make
Wiimote.
controllers, okay? That's what we're getting at.
It was bad. They were bad.
But PlayStation. Well, Xbox is Xbox is American.
Yeah.
So there's a PlayStation.
They fixed it. They fixed it. They did the Duke, and then they're like, "Oh shit, this is too big.
Proud to
Let's
be
get
an
the smaller."
American, okay?
You know.
Support America.
And then they did the Elite controller, and then so bad. N64 number 3. What would be another one? I don't know. Those were bad.
Just play mouse and keyboard. There you go.
Oh, Game Boy Advance SP. That was a bad controller.
That
Was
was
it
a fancy
cool?
one, huh?
SP was like, it felt
It felt
bad.
like
Have
a
you seen his
normal-
hands?
It felt bad.
The Game Boy Micro.
Micro was trash.
Oh, yeah.
That was trash.
That was
That was
terrible.
the worst one.
I remember they because when that came out, the Street Fighter Alpha 3 came out with it
yeah.
too, and it's like, why would you play with this piece of shit?
Why would you play on a freaking on that anyway?
Because it was their gimmick. It was their last Game Boy hurrah before the DS, or the DS was just came out, and they're like, "Here's Game Boy Micro." And it's like, this looks like ass.
It looks like an iPod Nano just tilted on the side.
The only thing that made it cool was, remember during the faceplate popularity, you could take the faceplate off and change it.
Yeah, I remember
That was
that.
that was cool. But other than that, like, it would be cool just to say, "Hey, look, I have a Game Boy Micro," but it's not like, play my Game Boy Micro. No, nobody wants to play the Game Boy Micro.
Ain't nobody got
Trash
time
ass.
for that.
But the SP and the Game Boy Micro were both bad controllers. I didn't like them. They felt bad.
Yeah.
Advance was not half bad. SP was trash. DS wasn't okay. It was okay. Yeah.
3DS was not a good controller to play Smash Brothers.
Smash Bros. No, but other games like Zelda was fun. Actually,
I
liked it.
ruined that the second analog stick on my 3DS. Just not meant for Smash. Sorry. Alrighty, guys. Well, I think that ends it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. We have different videos, other things coming out other than just the podcast episodes. We're doing our streaming of Pokemon Emerald, our Soul Link every Tuesday, and depending on the week, it's Wednesday and or Thursday. Changes every week. look out for those. We're going into our 4th gym,
Yes, sir.
and then we'll be able to unlock the other half of the map and start getting more encounters and stuff. So
I really need them.
yeah,
I need them too.
you definitely need that.
No, he needs it. You have a good Pokemon. Oh no, you can use
I'm
it.
not
No,
using any of them.
we need better pairs so that he can use
Yeah.
the pairs he
Oh,
needs.
You got a shiny hunt. You got a shiny
All
hunt.
my
man.
good pairs are in the box, man.
Yeah.
You got a shiny hunt.
Yeah. Okay, well, guys, thanks so much for watching, and also you'll hear the episodes on Podomatic, on Spotify. Although they're just delayed 2 weeks, so this week's episode will be the first episode that we had on the YouTube channel. That will be on the podcast episode. But anyway,
Nice.
watch us, listen to us, whatever you want to do. Follow us on our social media platforms on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Chimino Podcast, capital C, capital N, capital P. We will see you guys later. This is David the Smash Fan,
Mister.
Boricua Senpai.
And Shark King.
and this is Chibi No Podcast.